Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Cicero Regular Town Board meeting Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Everybody's off. I hope you're having a great summer so far. New York State Fair is on its way, right around the corner. If you would, please silence your cell phones and note there are two exits in the rear of the room, one to my right. If you would, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and remember those who are serving in harm's way. Thank you. Would anyone like to come up and speak on behalf of any of the agenda items prior to the meeting? If not, we'll start with Counselor Hogan with our abstracts.
Move for the adoption of a resolution approving abstracts number 30 dated 7/30/2025, abstract number 31 dated 8/6/2025, and abstract number 32 dated 8/13/2025.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no, abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution to approve a labor agreement between the town of Cicero and the Teamsters Local Union 317. This resolution authorizes the supervisor to execute the agreement.
Second.
Did I say anything yet?
Why don't you took the lead on it.
I want to thank the Teamsters. I want to thank Bill Alley, his crew. It was a great negotiation. Thought we worked together very well. And if John was in there as well. John, want to say anything?
I just thought the discussions were very productive. I appreciate the collaborative atmosphere. It's always helpful, even though we have differing interests. We also have a lot of overlapping interests. And the approach of, these are issues we need to solve and resolve together and come up with solutions together, as opposed to having it be an adversarial environment, is very helpful and conducive to reaching a resolution that's fair for both sides. And I think that's what happened here.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Whereas the Federal Highway Administration and the New York State Department of Transportation are acting as joint lead agency for both the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA, and the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, or SEQR compliance, for the proposed Onondaga County Transportation Improvement Project, and whereas the proposed Onondaga County Transportation Improvement Project involves potential impacts and resulting modifications to intersections in the town of Cicero to plan improvements and to assist operations and mobility on, among other areas, State Route 31 and State Route 11 in the town, the intersections of Route 31 and Route 41 and general Interstate 81 improvements, and whereas the town of Cicero has been identified as a potential interested party to the environmental review process, and the town believes having input and providing comments to lead agencies during the review process could be valuable for our citizens, it is hereby resolved the town hereby approves the participation in the environmental review process for the project and the filing of an agency response form and any associated documents necessary to perpetuate this action. The supervisor is also authorized to execute the response form and any other necessary documents.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Town Engineer, Cicero Sewer District Contract Number 22R. Move the adoption resolution that the town board approves the contract drawings for the frontage road south sewer relocation for CarMax Cicero Sewer District Contract Number 22R.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve contract C1003096 with the NYSDOS for grant funding to complete the town's LWRP and HMP and allow the supervisor to sign all documents related to the grant. The project is budgeted at $126,200, with 75% being funded by NYSDOS for the amount of $94,650 and a 25% match by the town for the amount of $31,550, of which $13,200 will be met by employee time and volunteer services. The waterfront revitalization area will be expanded to include the entire municipal waterfront along the Oneida River, Oneida Lake, and Chittenango Creek, inland waterways incorporating the hamlet of Bridgeport.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Contract with Saratoga Associates. Move the adoption of resolution to approve a contract with Saratoga Associates in the amount of $113,000 to complete the LWRP and allow the supervisor to sign all documents related to the contract. $94,650 of the cost will be funded by the New York State DOS grant.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no, abstain, passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Iannuzzi and Romans Land Surveying PC to obtain topographic survey along Volmer Creek adjacent to 8631 Larchmount Drive at the cost of $5,500, budget code 060-8540-4000-0000.
Second.
Discussion.
What is the nature of the emergency?
It's just severe erosion. It's pretty steep there. And we'd seen it in the past, but it is very steep. I don't know did you get to go look at it? It's undermined. It's pretty dangerous to walk along and eventually it'll get to their house. So we
Yeah,
need to
I can
enact
see
the
that.
project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Second,
I think I did.
okay,
Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no, abstain, passed. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
I do. I move the adoption resolution to enter into a 5-year labor agreement with Police Chief Severio Rotuno for the time period of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2029. This labor agreement replaces and extends the chief's current contract. This resolution authorizes the supervisor or any town board member to execute the agreement on behalf of the town.
Second.
Discussion.
I have attempted to put this on 2 different meetings for a executive session. I received no response. I attempted to put it on the last meeting for an agenda item, received no response. Clearly wasn't going to get put on again tonight. My understanding from the other board members is we're prepared to vote on this. So here we are. And I will provide a copy of it to Ms. Cosselman to be part of the meeting record.
Mr. Jermaine, we had, you and I haven't had conversation, but your brother and I have. You can't bind another town board, new town board. Is that correct? Correct. So, okay.
Well, we just voted on a labor agreement with the Teamsters for how long?
Whether or not that is enforceable after to another town board is an open question,
So it's similar.
similar.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wish to vote no? I'm voting no and abstain. Okay. Anything else? No? Board have anything?
Nothing else?
What else? Chris, Bernard? I'm all set. Okay,
Ms. Fiorello?
okay. Shannon?
Quick meeting.
No? Okay. Tracy? Oh, sorry,
Yeah, we-
Tracy
yeah.
Gretchen?
At this time, thank you.
Okay, the,
No.
okay, we have, the senior center received a grant for some picnic tables and resurfacing of some pool tables in the senior center from the county. There will be a circus coming to Brewerton. It's a traveling floating circus. Shannon, do you know the date on that? Okay, it'll be posted. We'll get that up there.
A circus like with animals?
No, it's,
Or like a carnival?
we'll send it out to everyone.
Okay.
It's,
Oh,
they do. Yeah, they do performances on the side.
like, oh, okay, like Cirque du Soleil on water, maybe?
Well, I don't know about that.
Might be, that might be interesting. Maybe an imitation of Cirque du Soleil.
We're waiting on one thing for the dog park. Is that correct? Okay. Okay.
Are we doing sponsorships for that at all?
I mean, we could.
I'm happy to take the lead if we agree to do that. We don't have to go that route, but
We're gonna do we're looking for a name for it, to name it. If anyone's interested in putting some names in, that would be great. We will have a ribbon cutting here in the next month, September. And Williams Beach, we'll talk about Williams Beach, but we've got,
So back to the dog park, to Mike's point, if we are going to reach out for sponsors, we should hold off on the name because if somebody wants to make a large donation, right? Could we put that into the name or?
There's particular rules about that. I know I talked to Robert, not Neil, and
Not so sure you can actually,
yeah, the county, I think, was allowed to do that with Wegmans, but we have different rules.
Okay.
Because in a fit of trying to get a new courtroom built, I wondered if we could, if
we
a
could
naming
make-
gift, we're very limited in our ability to do that, is from what Robert told me, as compared to larger municipalities, because that would be great. Get Wegmans or someone, to
We
donate a
can,
big
we can
chunk.
look in.
Maybe if we could look into it, yeah. I
Yeah, we
mean,
should look into what we can
Yeah.
do, but I think it's very limited.
okay, I think you can do it, but
Okay.
I can get you.
That would be, yeah.
And then back to the senior center picnic tables, is there a way for us to get the details about these grants when we're getting grants, just to see like what, I know that we're usually limited in who applied for it and what it's actually for specifically. I would just like to know, why we're putting it towards which things.
So when they apply for the grants, and Alex isn't here, but she's the one who applies for those grants
Mhm.
for certain things that she's looking to either enhance. I think the next grant, they're looking to do a roof and the furnace over there. They had a grant, if I'm not mistaken, Bill, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They had a grant last year and they did new carpeting and yeah. That senior center. Okay. Yeah, this is from the county.
Okay,
And here's the letter. I got it in the mail. She was on vacation, so
okay,
I
thank you.
happened to touch base with her. Well, we're gonna be doing a flag dedication here, possibly on September 6th at Central Park. We removed the two flags that were over by the concession stand, and the parks graciously installed a new flag in between all four fields, if you haven't seen them. And we're also looking at installing some flotation devices up in Brewerton by the water, if that's something the board wants to entertain. They're in a plastic container and they lift up and they have a ring in there with a rope in it. The police cars have those.
Well, flotation, you mean like a
Flotation device, right. They're-
Rescue device, okay.
Nothing up there. It was brought to my attention that on the other side at the pier, they had a gentleman and his son were fishing, and I think one of them passed away, one of them drowned, and there was nothing around for anybody. So this is something that I hope that the board would like to look at.
Yes.
Yeah, just so, let us know what the cost and what else is involved in it, yeah.
Okay.
So we're allowed to put something in the water?
I would think it
No.
would be on the dot.
It'll be on a stand. I'll send you what it is.
I mean, think of like a.
Just like
something
a
else,
floaty,
fire
like a,
extinguisher, like basically like for
safety.
emergency use, like an AED or a fire
Yeah.
extinguisher, like here's a flotation
Sounds good.
device.
Yep.
And we're also going to look at if this is something you think would be, I think it would be great. As of right now, the parks, sports teams are the ones who have to provide an AED for it's a law now, that they have to provide an AED while they're on the field and.
We should just do
practicing
it.
And all that. There are, in the South Bay Fire, stated that they split it with us to put in boxes, either on a building or freestanding. They have a code on it, and the only way to get into it is to call 911 and to push, they'll give you the emergency number to open it, so nobody can just go over there and play with it and open it. And so this is something else that came up in the last month. And South Bay said they would be willing to split the cost with us. So if this is,
Like 1,500, I think, around that?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we'll get the cost on that, and I'm not sure if we can use 277 funds for that or not. We'll find out.
we just have to make sure that you have somebody who's trained to use it too, because I think a lot of people put those.
No, it's,
AEDs are they're meant to just turn on.
I
and
know.
Walk you through it.
Right,
but this is like for
But I've-
emergencies if there's no one else there, I think, though.
right.
Right.
Yeah, it would just be nice if we had some, like the supervisors at least went through it.
And that
I've been in situations before where they're like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Or they,
So,
or they don't want to because they're scared. I get
right,
it.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
just to make everybody aware, I think, to go
I,
along with
I
it.
believe the New York State for Pop Warner, for example, I don't know about Little League, but I think Little League, they have to go through some sort of training
Mhm.
along.
There has to
with
be
the
somebody.
CPR
Pop
line.
Warner,
Pop Warner
my
does.
wife and I are both coaching
Yeah.
Pop Warner stuff this year. We have to be have a current CPR certification from an in-person class.
And the last thing on my discussion list here is Williams Beach. As we all know, in the past Since I've been on the board, Williams Beach has been closed.
Mhm.
Is that what everybody is understanding, that Williams Beach is closed?
It's been.
Well,
Yeah.
by closed, you mean we don't have any lifeguards and we have signs that say it's closed? Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, there's been a lot of discussion since we closed it because we could not get lifeguards, whether we should have swim at your own risk signs, whether we should just replace the beach with a seawall, whether,
So we can't put signs up that say swim at your own risk. I've talked to the insurance and I talked to Robert about it. You can't put those signs up there. You're inviting people to go swimming.
Mhm.
it was, and I'm sure that's correct. It's just, I see those types of things at so many other municipalities. It's just, we ask, and yeah, it's the right thing to do because we don't get ourselves in trouble. It's just so funny how many other places don't pay attention. I don't, what would it cost to replace? Well,
So
doesn't
I
matter
did-
now what people think.
Well-
What
Is it
now,
really
he's saying
just
this,
the
what it would
sign?
cost to replace it with a seawall? Do we have any idea? Did we ever get any estimates on that?
I was under the assumption it gets,
Because I don't think the lifeguard situation is going to get better anytime soon.
no, because
we
I
initially,
contacted the county and the city and they're like, we're lucky we get our own lifeguards.
Is it solely because of the lifeguard situation?
that's why we initially closed it. Yeah.
But
And
then
right
the,
now,
but
the-
the algae,
I know,
Yeah,
I
you
thought it
have
was the
to spend half
algae.
the summer unable to, and Oneida Shores is not that far away. Like it
Yeah.
just, there was a combination, but the initial closing was because we couldn't get lifeguards.
Yep.
And we in the other municipalities, the city, the county, like at Green Lakes, and the county at Oneida Shores, and then the state at Green Lakes, we're all paying more than us.
It is sad
No.
that we have a beach that we're not using.
Oh, it is very sad. But I mean, if there's no point in having it be open if we can't staff it with lifeguards. So I mean, what I think the supervisor's point is like, we got to do something. I just
Yeah.
don't know what the solution is.
Are there other towns with small beaches and what are they doing to be able to get lifeguards? Just looking into what kind of solutions other towns have provided.
I don't know of any other towns.
I mean,
It is
I don't know of anyone else that has,
Skaneateles has that little tiny beach that they have.
is that state? Is that the town? Is that village? I don't know. I mean, it's like, so the village in North Syracuse is a pool, but it's a lot easier to hire lifeguards to lifeguard a pool than it is a beach for a lot
Yeah.
of reasons.
I mean, it's not off the table. We can always hunt and look for something for next year. Go ahead, Shannon.
And if they come by and test it, it's the unreliability for the actual person that will be doing it. Like, they don't know if they're gonna be working Monday through Friday, so that's why,
That's why people with pools have lifeguards then.
When I don't think that some other bodies of water, I don't remember hearing about Skaneateles or Green Lakes being shut down. Maybe I'm wrong because of algae either. It seems to be Skaneateles has, okay, but we have a problem more, but yeah, so.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to check in with Skaneateles. I feel like that's a similar type situation. So maybe we can just see what
Sure.
we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, next year we can always, pre-plan and see what lifeguards are gonna cost and what hourly rate is and see if we can get some. I mean, if that's what we so choose to do, we spent,
There's also the cost of training, but
yep.
there's one of the discussions is what if we paid for the training? Okay, what if we pay for the training? They go work for someone that pays them $3 an hour more.
Yep.
Well, we make them sign a contract. You're gonna sue a kid? You're gonna sue their parents? I mean, like how far are you willing to take something like that? Like there's not a good answer for the situation.
I think it's worth it.
it's the fact that people are going in now, right? Isn't that also part of it is people are still, it's not, the signs aren't stopping some people. Right. Like that needs to be discussed too. Like there's,
You're gonna arrest people.
it's also not healthy to be in there, right? It's just.
Well, no, it's dangerous. I understand that. I mean, I mean, this is gonna sound ridiculous. Could you fence the entire swimming area with the fence in and out of the water? It doesn't seem practical. I mean, yeah, so that's not, you can't, what are you gonna do? I mean, there's not a good answer is the problem.
You'd have to put a wall up, like a seawall up. to stop
Well, if you
people.
eliminated the
That's
beach, yeah, but that's a major project that would also require DEC and Canal Authority.
And
approval,
right
too.
now, I don't think that's gonna be too easy. Right, Kate?
Well, I'm on board with finding a solution to be able to utilize it.
Okay. We can.
We can table it, I guess.
Yeah, it's an issue, certainly. No
Yeah.
question about that.
Okay. And anyone, is that it?
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Anyone from the public like to come up and speak? Okay, with that being said, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Aye.